For those who don't know, my name is Alfred Shivy Brooks. A lot of people know me by Shivy. I was originally born in East Orange in Montclair, New Jersey. Moved to Atlanta in 1988. My dad was a Morehouse grad, and my mother was his second marriage. He had a first marriage to a Spelman woman. He had that Spelman, that Spell House situation going. Birthed my older brother who went to Redan. So I got a lot of ties here in Atlanta. I was here from 88 to 95 and moved back home to Jersey. And then in the early 2000s, I did Freestyle Friday on BET and was, put in the Hall of Fame, won 7 weeks in a row, and had an opportunity to come back to Atlanta. I was working with Sean Garrett and some other folks down here and was putting in work. And then I had a close homie get shot and killed in a drive-by down here in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And it just completely changed my whole trajectory of my life. Like, I stopped doing music. Matter of fact, I couldn't even listen to hip hop music for maybe 3 years. I'd ride in the car, dead silence. And that was the first time like I realized what it felt like to deal with depression and kind of, just feeling the weight of losing somebody to gun violence. And what I didn't mention, one of the other reasons why I moved to Atlanta was my brother got locked up out here for 10 years for a violent crime. And he had 2 babies down here, so I had to help come take care of his kids. So, on both ends, everyone talks about the gun violence and stuff going on in Atlanta, but I've dealt with it from losing plenty close homies, but also lost family members, to prison over it as well. And so what that caused me to do was decide that I would focus my life on trying to make Atlanta a better place for young people to grow up, where we wouldn't have to deal with gun violence on either side of it. Which is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. So I went to college. I went back to college at Georgia State University. I graduated with a degree in public policy. I worked at the state capitol for a few years and all of those things. So then my wife and I lost a baby due to premature birth. And that was a whole nother, just spinning in my whole world. And, I went from traveling around and working for some state agencies to becoming a teacher. And at that time, man, my mind was blown. Like, I was almost disappointed in myself when I first became a teacher, because in my mind, I was like, I'm supposed to be on TV. I'm supposed to be on the radio. I'm supposed to be this rap star. And here I am, teaching high school, making less than $40,000 a year. Like, what am I doing with my life?
How did you come about teaching?
Yo, it's like a family business. Like, my dad is a high school teacher out in DeKalb County. He's out at Arabia Mountain. All my aunts are educators. It's just something that run in the family. Yeah. And for me, it's always about impact, man. Like, how can we impact our young people to give them the examples of everything they could be or how they can do it right? And unfortunately, in education, only less than 2% of all teachers are black men. It ain't many of us in the field at all. So every time a young person, especially a young black person, gets impacted by a black educator, black male educator, it's a game changer for them. Like, the rate of their ability to graduate goes up. The rate of them going to college goes up. The rate of them dropping out goes down. Like, black male teachers have a huge impact. And so for me, it was like, all right, this is just a part of what I said I was going to do. So it's impacting the youth.